Hi guys, welcome. I haven't seen you guys for about a week or 2 weeks. I hope you can hear me. I have my microphone on. I'm currently on my way to bring Penny for her 6-month dentist checkup, and they are watching The Little Mermaid. But first, coffee. I live right next to a Dunkin' Donuts, so I am on my way to get a coffee first, and then I will be on my way to the dentist. This will be her second time at the dentist. Her first time was when she turned 3 years old, which was in May of this year. And now it's her 6-month checkup. So she's nervous, but she's gonna do great. We have to just always ensure our kids. I hate the dentist, but that doesn't mean that my experience has to go on to her, So anywho, I am here at my local Dunkin' Donuts. I am about to enter the drive-through, and you are going to see or hear what I'm going to get. I've already tried the new holiday drinks, both in ice, the toasted white chocolate mocha and the peppermint mocha, and my favorite is the white chocolate mocha. And you guys are going to see how I order the white toasted chocolate mocha.
What can I get for you?
Hi, can I please do a medium iced coffee with 4 pumps of your toasted white chocolate mocha, please?
Okay. And cream with sugar?
Can I do cream but no sugar, please?
Okay. Anything else?
Yes, please. And can you also add 2 shots of your raspberry, and that'll do it.
2 shots of raspberry. All right, $3.24.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So that is how I order my toasted white chocolate mocha. I get it with raspberry. So we are going to get our drink, and once I get it, I will show you how it looks. All right, I just got my drink, and this is what it looks like. Oh. They did not make it very good. I asked for 4 pumps of white toasted, and they only gave me 1. So that was a bummer, but I can't really stop because I have to be on my way to Penny's dentist appointment. So that's a shame. That makes me kind of sad. If I had the time, I would go back and just tell them that I ordered my iced coffee with 4 pumps of white toasted instead of 1, but I just simply do not have the time to do that. My son got into his Baby Shark backpack in the back, and I can just hear him throwing everything on the floor. So how was your guys' Halloween week, or Halloween last week? Did you guys do anything fun? Did you go trick-or-treating? Did you hand out candy? Did you do both? Did you go anywhere special? My family and I went trick-or-treating Sunday. We just went around our neighborhood. We've been living at the current house that we are in for a little over a year, and I've never really taken a walk towards our neighborhood, like around our neighborhood. So it was nice to see where I live, and the kids had a blast. Penny was Anna from Frozen, and Lucas was Baby Shark. My husband has a dinosaur costume that like inflates around him, so that's what he wore. I didn't dress as anything. I know I could have probably made like a last minute costume, but I chose not to. But I did make myself a cup of coffee, and while they while we all went trick-or-treating, I was just sipping on my coffee. It was pretty cold, but the kids were bundled up and they were dressed warm, so they had no problem. Actually, towards the end of our trick-or-treating, Penny was hot because we did a lot of walking. We got home around 6, and it does not taste good. Around 6 we got home and we handed out candy. We didn't get a lot of trick-or-treaters. I think we got maybe 3 or 4, but they were all like bigger kids. We turned off our light around 7:45, and the kids and us, we enjoyed some pieces of candy. Typically we don't let them have like sugar right before bed, but because it was Halloween, why not? And that was a lot of fun. Friday, the 2 days before Halloween, my husband at his work, they did like a trunk or treat. I don't know if that's very common where you guys are, but it is where we live. So I took the kids to his work, which is about like 35 minutes away, and we went to the trunk or treat, and they also got candy. And it was really neat because at my husband's trunk or treat, where he works, they his co-workers, like the people that work there, you could like volunteer to decorate your trunk, and my husband was one of the people that volunteered, so he decorated the trunk, and it was like a lot of fun. I don't really know what like the word is, but it's like he had like he did it all himself. It was really cool. He just put like cups of like different sizes on a like a board. Bless you, Bubby. Bless you. On like a big board. He like nailed it so they wouldn't, move around while the little kids were, attempting to do the game. And we got like little balls with like smiley faces, and every time they would like throw it, if they got it into the big cup, they would get like a full-size candy bar. So it was just really cool. It wasn't just like your typical trunk or treat, it was a lot of like interactive. And we were there for about maybe half an hour. It was pretty cold, but it was nice because the kids got to get out of our, their routine. I'm a very routine type of person. I don't mean to be, it's just how I am, and anything that is out of my routine sometimes is a little bit difficult for me. So I try to keep them and myself in a routine as much as possible. But it was good for them to do that. And that was pretty much our Halloween weekend. We didn't do anything too crazy. What else can I think of? It's basically it. I know I've been kind of MIA. I'm not doing much like reels on Instagram, and I just felt like I needed to like just take a break from doing that. But I wanted to make a video today about, a little bit how I'm doing and everything. And then later on, also in this video, I am going to be making pizza, homemade pizza from scratch. I posted something on my personal Facebook, and I got a lot of requests from my friends to show them how to make pizza from scratch. So I'm going to be doing that today. I'm going to show you how to make the dough and all of that fun stuff. I've never made it up until recently, and I made the dough twice because it wasn't the right consistency. I didn't do it right. So I found a few recipes and I tweaked it and I made it work for me. So the pizza dough came out amazing. The kids loved it. My husband loved it. And I was really impressed. I gave myself a double pat on the back. So I'm going to be showing you later how I do the pizza, probably when I get back home. And I'm going to upload the video tonight. It's going to be up probably a lot later than I anticipated because I'm actually filming it today and then posting it today. So this is like real life time. So yeah, I will come back on when I get to the dentist, and I will tell you guys how it goes with Penny. I won't bring you in there because I have the two kids. It would be hard to like film and all that with having both of them, but you know, I'll let you guys know how it all goes. And yeah, so hang on and I will see you in a little bit. Hi guys, we are back from the dentist and Penny did great. She got flossing done and they brushed her teeth and they put a little bit of fluoride on them, and she was such a big girl. She sat on the seat all by herself and the dentist was very happy with her. No cavities, perfect teeth, and I'm so proud of my big girl. So I have made an appointment again for 6 months from now for her and Lucas at the same time because he was super stoked. He was like, my turn. Last time we came for her first dentist appointment, he was crying. It was almost like he was the one that was getting an appointment, not her. So I was really surprised that he wanted to get his teeth cleaned. But so that dentist appointment went well. Their next appointment is going to be in May 11th, a few days before her 4th birthday and a few weeks before his 3rd birthday. So I'm super stoked to take them to the dentist. Now I'm on my way to a different Dunkin' Donuts. I tried to sip on it on the one that I got at the one by my house, and I couldn't do it. It was not my journey. So I'm on my way to one that's close to the dentist. There's another one like on my way home. This one's kind of out of the way, but this one here is about like 5 minutes from the dentist, and I'm hoping that the kids will take a nap. So that's why I'm going to this Dunkin' Donuts instead, to see if maybe they will fall asleep on the way home. But I'm going to try to order it, and hopefully they do it right. It sucks because it was a waste of money, and if I wasn't on my way to the dentist appointment, I would have circled back because they're only doing drive-through. You can't go in because of COVID. I would have circled back and been like, hey, you know, I ordered this and I got the wrong thing. So, but I just didn't have the time for it. So now I'm going to go to this Dunkin' Donuts and hopefully they make it right. So once I get my iced coffee, hopefully they do it right, and I'll see you guys very soon. Hi, checking in. So I just got out of the drive-thru at the other Dunkin' Donuts, and I tried a different combo. They still had the pumpkin swirl, so I tried the toasted white chocolate with pumpkin, cream, no sugar. I did 3 pumps of each. I've never tried it before, but I've heard like really good things about this combo. Wow. That is delicious. That might be my new go-to until they get rid of the pumpkin. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I got my coffee. So again, I know I said it before, but I'll say it again. Once I get home, I'm going to get the kids some snacks, and then I will come back on and we will start our pizza dough for our pizza tonight. I will see you guys when I'm at home. Hi guys. I know. I changed my clothes. I needed to be comfy because this process is going to be kind of messy. So let's make some pizza. A few tips for those of you who have never made this before. The hardest thing about the dough is the waiting. That's about it. It is the waiting. It's pretty simple, straightforward. It's ingredients that you have in your household. And if they're not ingredients that you have in your household, they're ingredients that are very easy to find at your local grocery store. For my pizza dough recipe, I'm using instant yeast. There is your regular yeast, and then there's your instant yeast. The difference between those two is that instant, you don't have to worry about letting it like activate. So when you do your regular yeast, you have to do lukewarm water and some sugar, and you add your yeast, you mix it, and you have to wait 5 to 10 minutes for foam to arise on top. Usually when the 5 or 10 minutes pass by and you'll notice the foam, your yeast is active, and you can go ahead and add it to your bread, pizza dough, whatever you're using it with. Your instant yeast, you don't have to do that. I mentioned earlier that I had to make my dough twice because I messed up with the yeast. It took me a very long time to find yeast, although I said that it's pretty easy to find some of the ingredients in your local grocery store. After COVID hit, a lot of grocery stores had shortages on food, and some still do. Luckily, I was able to find some. So I'm hoping that if you guys don't have yeast, whether it's instant or your regular yeast, you can find some in your grocery stores. If you do not, I will try to make pizza dough without yeast and see how that goes. And if that's something that you guys are interested in after I play around with it, I can make a video for that. But back to instant yeast. So you don't have to let it sit in lukewarm water with your sugar and wait for it to foam. When I did this recipe, I literally just added it straight to my flour and my other ingredients, right on top, dry. I didn't have to put it in water, nothing. When I first tried to do the recipe, I killed my yeast. Basically, that means that when you do your pizza, your dough, it won't rise, it won't proof, which means that it won't double in size because, well, you killed your yeast, and that's what happened to me. So I had to do it again. Luckily, I was able to get it to work, and behold, pizza dough. So with that long introduction for pizza, let me get into the ingredients. First thing is first, your flour. I am using 2 cups of all-purpose flour, okay? Everybody has flour. That's what I'm using. That's my first ingredient. Your key ingredient. Your next ingredient is going to be salt. Here I have 3/4 teaspoons of salt, okay? I'm using table salt. That should be fine. It works for me. Your next one is sugar. I'm using your regular sugar. I'm using 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, okay? Now comes your yeast. I'm using 2 1/4 teaspoons of instant dry yeast, okay? 2 1/4 teaspoons. I will do the ingredients down below in the description area for you guys, okay? Next, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Trust me, it makes a difference. And I will add it later because I don't want my water to cool, but I'm going to be using 1 cup of lukewarm water, okay? So now that I've done all my ingredients, I will go ahead and show you how to do the dough. Now that we have all of our ingredients ready, I'm going to be putting it in this bowl because I'm going to be using a KitchenAid mixer to do my dough. If you don't have a KitchenAid mixer, obviously still use a bowl, but the reason I'm doing it in the mixer is because I'm going to let the mixer do the kneading for me. So when we get to that point, I will show you another alternative if you don't have a KitchenAid mixer. So to our flour, we're going to be adding our salt, our sugar, and we're going to mix it up, okay? You're going to mix it up, get everything just kind of coated, and then, fun part, you're going to add literally your yeast right into your mixture. And then you're going to add your olive oil right into it, just like that. Super easy, right? Now, like I mentioned, I have 1 cup of lukewarm water, okay? You don't want it hot, you don't want it cold, you want it lukewarm, because if you do hot water, that will kill your yeast and you won't get a nice rise on your dough. So I'm gonna go ahead and add it little by little. Now before I take it to my KitchenAid, I just want to get the dough kind of started, okay? You can already smell the olive oil and it smells amazing. Gonna add the rest of my water. You may have to play with the amount of water. You could do anywhere from 3/4 cups of water to a cup. I started with 3/4 and I noticed that my dough was still a little bit too dry, so I did the full cup and it worked. You want your dough to be sticky, but not super sticky. So, like I said, I'm just gonna get this mixed up. Take out all of the excess dough on my fingers. I forgot to take off 2 rings, but my hands are clean, so that's fine. The reason why you take off your rings is because you don't want to lose them in your dough. That would suck. Anyways, so get off. We have started the process. I'm going to clean my hands, then we're going to go over to our KitchenAid and I'm going to show you what to do when you need it. We are at the KitchenAid mixer, okay? Now, like I mentioned, I'm going to have an alternative for this process. I'm going to be using a bread hook, okay? If you do not have a KitchenAid mixer, you'll have to knead it by hand for 5 minutes. And I'm going to show you with your hands, like the movements that you'll have to do. So you want to push away from your face and go back. Push away from your face. That's all you have to do. Okay, and then you're going to have to like flop it and then knead for 5 minutes straight. It's going to be a little bit hard, but it can get done. This will just help me, and I'm going to use it between 4 and 6 for 5 minutes. Five minutes later, and we have our dough. Look at it. I know. Isn't she beautiful? She's beautiful. So, while the dough was kneading, not only was I cleaning my stuff, I took the time to just take a bowl and coat it with olive oil. You could use a brush. I just used a paper towel, and I have a little bit of olive oil left. So I'm just literally going to pat it on top of the oil to keep it from drying out. So now that we have our dough ready, cling wrap. You want to let this rise for an hour. Okay, if it goes over an hour, nothing will happen to it. It'll be fine. But you want to let it rest, okay? You want to let it rise. The yeast is going to do its thing, and it's going to make the dough twice its size, okay? So I'm literally just covering it, and you want to let it rise at room temperature, okay? So cling wrap sucks. So that's literally how I have my dough. I'll show you a little bit better. Can you see that? See? That's literally how I have my dough. I'm going to set it next to my oven, my stove, and I will see you guys back when the dough is ready for the second rise. The time has come. Our dough has risen. It's been a little over an hour for me, maybe like an hour and 10 minutes because I lost track of time. But she is in here and she looks beautiful. So let's see how it looks. Okay. Now we're going to go to our second proof. Look at her. She smells like pizza. Okay, so now that this has risen, we're gonna knock the air out of it. So remove any jewelry that you may have. Remove all of them. And all you wanna do, let me bring you in a little bit closer. Oops. See? Sorry about the light or the glare. All you wanna do is knock the air out of it. Okay, and now it's gonna come. Look at her. Look at her. Now you want to kind of like fold her into herself, okay? Like that. Okay, just like that. And now we're going to just put her on a plate like that. And with the same plastic wrap, you are going to cover her up, and you are going to let it rise for another 30 minutes. So we're going to let our hi Doogie. We're going to let our dough rise for another 30 minutes, and we are going to set our oven at 500 degrees or the highest that your oven will go to, okay? So I will see you in 30 minutes. I have about 5 minutes left on my dough, and in the meantime, I have the ingredients for our pizza. Pretty simple. You could obviously make this topping for your pizza any kind that you want. You could do like sausage or ham and pineapple for those of you that don't like it. I like pineapple and ham on my pizza. And if you don't like it, don't knock it till you try it. But we're going to keep it classic. We are going to do a pepperoni and cheese pizza. I have, like I mentioned, just basic ingredients, no fancy ingredients. And of course, if you want to use fancy ingredients, by all means, you can. It's your kitchen. But I just have some pizza sauce, nothing too crazy. It's just the brand from my local grocery store. Some pepperoni. Now for the pepperoni, I do recommend getting good pepperoni. I have the brand Corando. I don't know, but it's this brand. I know that they have like other kind of pepperonis, but this is one of my favorites. And then some good cheese. I have the Cabot mozzarella cheese. I also recommend getting some good mozzarella cheese for that. And last but not least, some parchment paper. What's the parchment paper for, you ask? It's so I can go ahead and put my dough on there when the 30 minutes are up. If you have, if you feel confident flouring your counter with flour and rolling it out like that, you're more than welcome to, but I like to use parchment paper because for me it's a little bit easier, and it was easy for me to transfer it to my baking pan. Moving on to the baking pan, I'm just using this one. My sister-in-law gave this one to me, and this is what I used when I made pizza last time, and it came out great. I know that they do have like round stone that you can put in your oven and let it preheat, and it's specifically for like pizza. I saw one online and it was like $45. Highly recommend you getting one. I'll probably be getting one just because they're made for pizzas, and why not, you know? So once my 5 minutes is up for my dough, I will show you how it looks, and we can go ahead and continue on the last step of our, well, second to last, because we still need to put it in the oven, and then I have to show you the outcome. But I will show you how my dough looks like once the timer is up. Are you guys ready? Look at her. Look at her. Yes, baby. Okay. Look at her. Doesn't she look beautiful? Okay, so let's put her on our parchment paper. I sprinkled a little bit of flour. That's going to help it from not sticking so much to the parchment paper. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, I brought you up close. Again, look at her. Isn't she beautiful? Now we're going to take her off of our plate and pop her right onto our parchment paper. Look at her. Like that. And then you can stretch it out with your fingers, with your hands, or you could use a rolling pin. I'm going to do a little bit of both. So now we're going to add our sauce. Okay, you want to do it generous. Like that. You don't want to add too much because then you'll have like a soggy bottom. But I do like my pizza saucy. that's how she looks like. All right, so technical difficulties. I had a little bit of trouble putting the pizza onto the baking sheet from the parchment paper because I should have, after I stretched out my dough, put it directly on here and then added the ingredients, but it is what it is. This is how it came out. It's still gonna look delicious despite its appearance. So now we're gonna put it in our 500-degree oven for 15 minutes. When the 15 minutes is up, I will show you what it looks like straight out of the oven. See you in 15 minutes, guys. Oh my, she looks beautiful. Okay, the timer is up, and don't mind my dirty oven. Look at the beauty in this pizza. Look at it. It doesn't look very pretty, but I promise you it will taste just as delicious. I'm going to turn off my oven. So we are going to let it cool down, and then we are going to cut it. And I will do a taste testing for you guys.
Action.
Sir. No, thank you. Okay. So we have both of my children here. We're going to go in with the pizza cutter. It's a little hot. Look at that crust. Yum. Oh, sorry. Like that. Not a professional, clearly. And then we're gonna do the other side. And then do the crust. You get a variety. You get flatbread and regular crust. See? Yum. Please use an oven mitt or something so you don't burn yourselves. We can listen to Nastya dance after. There we go. Yum. Almost done. Look at that. Look at that. There it is. So I'm going to serve the kids their pizza, and then we will do a testing.
Action.
So I served the kids. This is the pizza. Again, delicious. Doesn't look like much, but I promise you. Oh my. That's really good. And I'm not just saying it for the video. It's really good. If you guys make this recipe, I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making it. Someone wants the pizza crust. With that being said, I'm going to enjoy this pizza with my family. So I will see you guys next week. Bye.